Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Hello, good day to you. Chaplain Jensen here with Chief Chad the Chef Faria, who's our group superintendent. He's been in the military for 20 glorious years and been stationed in such exotic places as Davis Mountain twice, RAF Mildenhall, Offutt, Whiteman, and Spangdahlem. Before putting on the uniform, he grew up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where he held his first real job at Dunkin' Donuts.
D&D.
He's been married to his wonderful wife, Christy, for nearly 7 years, and they have 2 beautiful kiddos, ages 5 and 4, with 1 more on the way. He loves spending time with his family, camping, running, Peloton. He assures me he does not own stock in the company.
I don't.
He loves music, though he wishes he were more musically inclined. He loves all types. Although I've caught him listening to 90s alternative on more than one occasion. He's a hidden talent to be able to freehand draw certain things, but says he lacks the creativity to draw some things from scratch. He loves the journey of life and is always striving to better himself as a husband, a father, a leader, as a person. And his greatest fear is dying, possibly because he loves life so much. Family is very important to him, as you can imagine. He also has a great sense of humor. You mentioned a funny childhood story.
It's debatable.
It's debatable. You can all be the judge. Yeah. You can all be the judge. Yeah. So the tale of 2 Chad Farias.
It's not funny.
Please expound.
I'm just trying to answer the question. It was interesting. So when I was in high school, I was a track runner. So I did indoor track, and we had an indoor event. And I remember just doing the 55-meter indoor, and it was my heat. So you can come up to the blocks, and the guy that's announcing the names says, in lane 1, from Portsmouth High School, Chad Faria, blah, 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 blah. In lane 5, from Alvern High School, Chad Faria. And we just both were we looked over each other, and everyone in the crowd just started kind of looking at each other, and I was like, is this guy, I don't know what's going on here.
The bizarro Chad Faria.
Yeah, the bizarro. So it almost threw me off my run. I couldn't really focus in the moment. So I got finished the run, and at the end of it, you just kind of break off, and I'm like, I gotta figure out, is there really another dude named Chad Faria that lives in New Hampshire? Because Faria is not a very common name. It's very common in Portugal and Brazil. It's a Portuguese name. It's not common in a state that has 1.1 million people. So, but yeah, come to find out, another guy named Chad Faria ran track, indoor 55, graduated the same year, and he still lives there to this day. I don't talk to him as really much, but I see we have mutual friends on Facebook. So
do they confuse you all the time?
I have had people call me asking if I'm Chad Faria and I'm and I had that when I was in Arizona. Like you mentioned, I was there twice because it's so nice. I went there twice in Tucson, and I got calls. I would get calls for another person named Chad Faria that lived in Casa Grande, Arizona. So I don't know, but I thought I was the only one. But apparently, there's more out there.
Chad Faria is the John Smith of New Hampshire. Apparently.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So yeah, that wasn't funny, but it was more something that popped in my head. It was that was really weird and kind of humorous, I guess, but.
I mean, it is. What are the chances?
Yeah.
It's not like...
I mean, I think there's a couple of Farias in the Air Force, and that's it. So, find one with the name Chad, too, it's pretty crazy. But.
So, you also describe yourself as a quirky person. You love being in the military. What are some of your favorite memories that you've had?
Probably, answer your question. BMT was cool because that was the first time I had my family at a military event. So that was really cool. I mean, I think now my position now, I absolutely love what I do because I get exposed to so many different things that I never had the opportunity to be involved in before taking the seat. And being a first sergeant before this, same thing, right? Just being a part of people's personal lives and being out with the commander when we're rewarding somebody for a promotion, BTZ selection, OTS selection. There's only certain positions where you're just able to get out there and be a part of those things. And so I'm super, super humble and fortunate that I get to be part of that on a regular basis, really, because usually when the good news comes around, like I get to be a part of that. So it's really cool that I get to do that with Colonel Souza. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that is awesome. Something else that you mentioned is that if you had a superpower, that it would be teleportation.
Yeah, it obviously doesn't exist, but if it did, like that's something that I would be into, and that's just because you just skip so much red tape. Like if I want to go to, if I want to go to Ibiza, just throwing out a random area, or if I want to go to somewhere in Europe, boom, I'm there. Like wasn't there a movie like Looper that was kind of like that? It's like an action movie, and you could just go anywhere at any time. I think you had to take a pill for it. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know.
But
Made me think of the movie Click, where he fast forwards through life.
Oh, with Adam Sandler? Yeah. Well, yeah, with a remote pill. Yeah, I don't know. But
I don't know.
I like...
They're all just essentially the same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And Adam Sandler's from New Hampshire, by the way. Just fun fact. Just throwing that
Adam
out there.
Sandler, that's
There's only about 2 famous people ever from New Hampshire. He's one of them. So
the other's Chad Faria. One of the Chad Farias.
One of the Chad Farias, not me. But yeah, I thought that'd be really cool because if I'm going to go somewhere, I go somewhere, right? And, so if I have to go, say I have to go to the store, come back, it's more time with family, right?
Oh,
but I think that...
Save that 10 minutes of driving.
Yeah. The con would be that you're missing out on the journey. Like, when you travel to other countries, that's one of the coolest things is meeting new people, seeing new things along the way. You ever done airport watching where you just kind of sit there and watch people freak out
Great
at the
people
airport?
watching at the airport.
Yeah, so that's, like, those things you miss out on. So there's definitely a con to it, but... Man, if I could just teleport, I could have just come over here and skipped a 2-minute walk, but then I wouldn't have gotten 2 minutes of exercise. So
that's true, and enjoying the beautiful sunshine that we have today.
Yeah, it's all about perspective.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the Peloton. I do not have stock in the Peloton, but I love the Peloton. It's to me, it's not an elitist piece of exercise equipment. I think it's a really good investment if you really put the work in. And I have gotten Sarah Marzalek and her husband Dan. I got them on board, and I got them one. There's no referral program. I had to put it in there because you said what are your hobbies, and I said right now I'm not running as much as I normally do. So I've been just doing tons of time on the Peloton, and it's so much fun because I love music and I love the workouts, and all I have to do is stumble out of my bed and jump on the bike in my garage.
Isn't it essentially the teleportation of exercise equipment because it puts you in a different place?
It does, yeah. It does.
I guess all this makes sense now. It's all coming together.
And the funny thing is, when I filled out this survey, I filled it out when I was on the Peloton. So
that's why it's so well put together.
It's awesome.
It seems it's so smooth.
It combines some of my two favorite things: music and fitness.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And then your family is at the same place as you, so I guess that's all your favorite stuff.
They're still sleeping, and I get off the bike and they're waking up, and everybody's happy for the most part.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing a few moments of your life with us.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So there you have it, folks. Chief Faria, he's a real person.
I am.
But he may not be the most famous Chad Faria, but don't hold that against him.
I think the other dude is.
Don't hold that against him. All right. Well, thanks again. You all have a great day.
I appreciate it.
Getting to like you, getting to hope you like me.
Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't already gathered, the whole point of these things is to hopefully get to know each other a little better. We want to make more of these, and if you're a willing participant and would like to be a featured interviewee, please reach out to me. Take care.